A very good morning, fresh morning, my students. Um, this time, this lecture, particularly, I'm making for the students, those who are in class 10th, as well as those who are in class 12, as well as those who are in class 8th, also little ones. Right? The reason for making this video is very, very special. Many times when we study biology, somewhere feeling that somewhere many students they are afraid to draw the diagrams. I have seen that, right? And one of the most difficult diagrams students feeling that is the male reproductive system. I don't know why, but yes, it happens every time there is very difficulty they feel in drawing of male reproductive system, especially, right? Bacha, for drawing part, I want to tell you about two things. One thing, if you look at this diagram, this is a picture presentation, right? Which is the exact, you can say that is a picture in pictorial way that you can represent. But when you draw something, then that diagrammatic representation should be that your every part of the system should be there in your diagram and should be clearly mentioned. If you think that you can copy and paste, then sometime that makes the thing go wrong, right? So concept always remains the same, but the diagrammatic part, when you show it in a diagrammatic representation, it is always better to show in a neat, clean, and very, very specific way. And today I'm going to teach you the steps through which, very, very, very easy steps through which you can draw this diagram or produce this diagram in your examination. Either you are a student of class 10th, or you are in class 12th, or you are in even class 8th, because in all these three classes this diagram is there, right? For 8th class it's a very basic labelings are there. For 10th class definitely you can add more points. For 12th there is a complete well labeled described diagram, right? So all the three students they can three categories, they can use this diagram in a very, very easy manner. How to draw? When you can draw a diagram in a very beautiful way, when you know the things, right? Now we are saying that male reproductive system. Male reproductive system has a primary sex organ. First, so you should know that what are things which you are going to draw in your diagram. That list is very, very important. First, you know that you have to draw primary sex organs, right? The main primary means hota hai bachcho main. The main sex organ in the male reproductive system. If you don't know it, how will you draw it? So main sex organ which we have to draw, that is testis, right? If you are marking the single one in your labeling, then mark it as a testicle, right? It will be testicle. ओके, अगर प्लूरल है दोनों को मार्क कर रहे हो तो वो टेस्टिस आएगा. Second thing, you have to mark the secondary sex organs. Secondary क्या होते हैं बच्चे? Secondary भी बोलते हैं हम इनको, और या फिर आप accessory भी बोलते हो. Secondary sex organs, or either you say accessory glands भी बोलते हो. Basically ये वो चीजें हैं जो these are the things which are helping the primary sex organ, right? And that is your first thing here we draw is epididymis. Okay, bacho? Epididymis, very, very important to mark. Second, there is the glands. Always you have to be careful that these three glands, they should be in your diagram. The first one is seminal vesicle, very important gland, right? Third is, I'm not going to talk about their detail because this video is specially I'm making for the drawing part. And second important gland is prostate gland in the males. And बच्चों third gland is your Cowper's gland. And in the 10th and 12th students, this gland has another name also which is given in your books, that is the bulbourethral gland, right? This is known as bulbourethral gland also. So you have to draw testes, you have to mark epididymis, your diagram should be having seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland. The last thing your diagram should have, that is the ducts, right? Which are known as the duct system. And the one of the most important duct which is carrying the sperms, that is vas deferens, बच्चों. That is vas deferens. And another one is which is carrying your urine also, that is your urinogenital duct. It is urinogenital duct which is carrying both urine as well as the sperms. So let's start our diagram. Now we know the parts, that which parts should be there in our diagram, right? First, I'm going to show you how to draw testes. Testes are bacha oval shaped structure, right? And it is approximately 4 centimeter in the length. So this oval shape you can draw here. As you can see, I'm drawing this one testicle first. This first testicle you can draw like this. And second testicle, बच्चे जब भी कभी draw करना है, बहुत बच्चे क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ left side complete करते हैं, right side को भूल जाते हैं. So both the sides you have to complete. So first draw your testes, right? So here we have drawn it. Now testes are placed inside a pouch-like structure. They are placed in a pouch-like structure. And what is that pouch-like structure is known as scrotum. So if you have drawn this testis, you have to place the testis inside this pouch-like structure. So here you can see that around these testes, we are drawing this pouch-like structure. Exactly a pouch skin-like structure that is, both should be of same size, right? Try to that both pouch-like structure should be of same size, right? Now let's label them first and then we will move further. So here this pouch-like structure, it is known as, what should I name it? Scrotum. S-C-R-O-T-U-M. Scrotum. And inside the scrotum, there is the primary sex organ, which is TES, testicle. Now I will name it testicle because I'm labeling for the single. So I will label it testicle. Okay, बच्चों, अगर दोनों को लेबल कर रहे हो तो testis आएगा. Now after this, there is the formation of sperm happen. Formation मतलब जहाँ पे sperms बनते हैं. But sperms mature यहाँ पे नहीं होते. Right? Sperms, they are matured in the epididymis. So I'm going to change the color. So here you can see on the testes, we are drawing this portion with the green color. As you can see here. Right, and this portion which I am drawing with the green color, that is epididymis. It is present over your testis, right? This green portion is epididymis. So we are going to label this. This is epididymis. Please bear with my handwriting because it is very tough to write in the transverse position, right? So epididymis is done, where the storage of sperms happen, maturation of sperms take place. अब epididymis के बाद आप draw करोगे duct, which is very important, which carries the sperm, and that duct is vas deferens. तो कुछ नहीं करना है आपको, यहां से epididymis से ये डक्ट लेके जानी है, राइट, और यहाँ पे ऐसे लाके छोड़ देनी है. आर यू गेटिंग इट? यहां से एपिडिडाइमिस से ये डक्ट यू हैव टू टेक आउट दिस डक्ट and then just leave it. Okay, now from this duct, in the pathway of duct, there is a very one important uh, gland which is there, that is the seminal vesicle. If I show you the diagram, बच्चे vast ये seminal vesicle bladder के पीछे होता है. So जब आप draw करते हो आप पीछे वाला part नहीं दिखा सकते हो जो back side पे है. You cannot show this part. So we are showing it in a separate manner. But here if you will see it, अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे तो ये वास डिफरेंस जाती है और यूरिनरी ब्लैडर के साथ जाके यहाँ पे सेमाइनल वेसिकल यूरिनरी ब्लैडर के पीछे रहता है. सो व्हेन यू ड्रॉ, then we will draw in a this manner. Okay, so what are we going to do? So here we are, it's a बिल्कुल pancreas जैसा स्ट्रक्चर होता है, बटा लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है ग्लैंड का. कौन सा ग्लैंड है ये हमारा? सेमाइनल वेसिकल, right? So here our seminal vesicle we have drawn. So this is our seminal vesicle. Done? This is the seminal vesicle. So just label this. This is seminal vesicle. Our first gland is done. Okay. Now this gland is releasing something. Definitely this gland is releasing something. अब यहां से एक न्यू पाइप निकलती है, एक न्यू डक्ट निकलती है जिसमें सेमिनल वेसिकल की सिक्रीशन और वास डेफरेंस की सिक्रीशन मर्ज होती हैं. जैसे इट्स लाइक अ बच्चा, एक रिवर दूसरा रिवर और आके एक कॉमन रिवर में मिलते हैं, तो वास डेफरेंस, ये वाला जो वास डेफरेंस की सिक्रीशन और ये ग्लैंड की सिक्रीशन, these are meeting at a common duct, and this duct is known as ejaculatory duct. राइट, इस डक्ट को हम अलग पेन से मैं ड्रॉ करूंगी, और जिस एरिया में ये दोनों मिलती हैं वो थोड़ा सा एरिया ऐसे ब्रॉड बनाना है, चौड़ा बनाना है, स्वेलिंग सी दिखानी है वहां पे. इस एरिया में आके वास डेफरेंस और आपकी जो भी मटेरियल है सेमाइनल वेसिकल से मिलता है. तो बच्चों इसको नाम दे दो, इसको लेबल कर देना है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. That is ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct है, it receives secretion from both seminal vesicle and your vas deferens. Now ये जो vas deferens है ये जाके आपकी duct के साथ मिल जाती है, right? It release its sperms into this seminal vesicle. तो ये हमारी vas deferens complete. vas deferens को नहीं घुमाना है यूरिनरी ब्लैडर तक. अब सेम आपका राइट साइड पे भी आप बनाओगे. तो यहाँ पे as you can see, this is our seminal vesicle I am drawing. It's a leaf kind of structure, and यहाँ पे आपकी vas deferens घूमेगी. Right? Here is the vas deferens. और ये दोनों जहां पे आके मिलती हैं, ये वाला एरिया, this portion is little broader, and this is your ejaculatory duct. It's just like कि two rivers आके एक जगह पे मिलते हैं. Now there is the one other thing you have to draw, urinary bladder, right? Urinary bladder. So as you can see, I'm drawing urinary bladder. Urinary bladder store urine, but it opens out into urethra. So this is your urethra. ये जो मैं draw कर रही हूँ अभी, that is urethra. So I'm labeling it with red pen, urethra. Right? This is urethra. And इसको हम mark कर देंगे urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. Got it? Now below the urethra, now just urinary bladder के नीचे there is one another gland, second gland हमारा, that is prostate gland. This is prostate gland, right? So let's mark this gland first, and I'm taking another pen to mark this gland. And this gland is, so I'm marking it here. This gland is prostate gland. Prostate gland बच्चा, Prostate. मेरे पास जगह कम है बट आपका एक ही उसमें आना चाहिए. Prostate gland, right? Now, prostate gland के बिल्कुल नीचे आपका पेनिस शुरू होता है. This area is penis area, right? That is the external genitalia part, penis structure. And this penis through which basically urine and sperm, they are thrown out from the body. This area is penis, right? For class 12th especially, at the base of this penis, right? If you draw this, if we will draw this, as you can see, we are drawing this penis, and at the base of, base मतलब जहाँ से वो start हो रही है, here, this, there is another gland. This is known as your Cowper's gland. Cowper, Cowper's gland. In the starting, I told you that it is also known as bulbourethral gland. Now, there, as you can see, there is very common duct, pipe kind of, tube kind of thing you can see. So this tube, which is common passage for common rasta for sperm and urine, this is known as urinogenital duct, right? So we are going to label this. This is known as, this duct is known as urinogenital duct. और इसकी जो ओपनिंग होगी जहां पे ये खुलती है, दिस इज नोन एज यूरिनोजेनिटल ओपनिंग, राइट? तो जो रास्ता है उसको डक्ट बोल दिया है हमने, और जहां पे आके ये रिलीज करती है सब एवरीथिंग, दैट इज urinogenital opening. Now, one major thing is left, that is for class 12th especially. Class 10th वाले और 8th वाले, they can just simply mark this as the penis. But for class 12th, the tip, this tip, the broader head of the penis, this broader head of the penis, it is known as, बच्चों मैं यहाँ पे घुमा के लिख रही हूँ थोड़ा, that is known as glans penis. Okay, this is known as glans penis. And on the tip, there is a fold of skin. On the tip of the penis, there is a fold of skin. And this fold of skin is known as foreskin. Right? Again, we are completed with our diagram. बहुत quickly बच्चा ये diagram एक बार देखेंगे जल्दी से, right? There is a pouch-like structure which you have to draw. This is known as scrotum. Inside the scrotum, oval-shaped structure बच्चों पहले draw करना है. That is known as testis. उसके ऊपर आपको ये draw करनी है epididymis. Epididymis से just एक tube निकालनी है, which is your vas deferens. एक जगह पे आके वास डेफरेंस के साइड से आपको सेमाइनल वेसिकल निकाल के वास डेफरेंस को घुमा देना है, एंड दिस इज द इजैक्यूलेटरी डक्ट जो दोनों को सेमाइनल वेसिकल का चीजें और वास डेफरेंस की चीजों को कलेक्ट करती है. देन देयर इज द स्टोरेज पार्ट ऑफ अवर यूरिन विच इज यूरिनरी ब्लैडर. ड्रॉ करना है आपको. उसके नीचे यूरिथ्रा जिसके थ्रू ये सारा मटेरियल हमारी बॉडी से बाहर जाएगा. एंड देन देयर इज द पेनिस, एंड बिलो, जस्ट बिलो द यूरिनरी ब्लैडर, यू हैव टू ड्रॉ this. Let me draw it with, I think, this gland, and this gland is prostate gland. और जहां पे आप पेनिस ड्रॉ कर रहे हो, at the base of the penis there is another gland, and this gland is Copper's or bulbourethral gland. बच्चा, that is the most simple diagram which you can produce in your examination. Very easy to draw. Just एक बार आप practice करो and you can draw it very easily. In my comment section, you can mention in that which diagram you are feeling very difficult to draw. We will take that diagram in our next lecture, right?